All right. That's so much better right there. I'm on Facebook Live and I hope that you all can see me okay. I'm very much interested in being able to touch some lives out there and be able to help somebody in some fashion. The thought I'm thinking about today is being your best self. And it's very important to be who you are, not to be who somebody else wants you to be. And I'd like to get some comments out there just to make sure that there's somebody out there. And it's good for me to be here because it allows me to be able to connect with the public and to be able to assist those who need my help as a pastor, but also as a marriage family therapist. And so glad to be here. And it's good for me to also be able to assist those that have different issues. Now, what I want to talk about is being your best self. And it's been a challenge for me over my life to be able to make sure that I'm being the person that I'm supposed to be. And I like to be able to kind of touch bases with you to make sure that you are being the best person that you can be. You're not to try to be like anybody else, but you want to be your best self. And so even looking at it scripturally, the Bible says that we were fearfully and wonderfully made, that God made us. We didn't make ourselves. And so you and I were put here for a purpose, a specific purpose. And you want to make sure that you are in line to fulfill the purpose for which you were created. And so being on Facebook Live is allowing me to pretty much be my best self. I can't be you, you can't be me, but we need to be our best selves at all times. And so who are you? It's very important for us to know who we really are and be able to know that, the parents that you had, you didn't choose them. So therefore, you're going to have to be the person that you were brought here to be. You can't change your complexion or change your color. That is the race that you are. And so you're going to have to be happy being who you are. And so sometimes we make excuses that if I had this, then I'd be a better person. If I was rich, I'd be a better person. If I was 2 inches taller, I could be better. Well, see, there's a lot of NBA players that have only gotten up to 6 feet, but it didn't stop Isaiah Thomas. It didn't stop Spud Webb from being the best that he could be, even though he was of a short stature. Being black has not hindered Oprah Winfrey from being the best person that she could be. Being, from Indiana never stopped Michael Jackson from being in that little town in Indiana. And being black never stopped him from being the greatest entertainer of all time. And it's important for us to not allow our circumstances to interfere with who we really are and who we're supposed to be. That is, you're going to have to work with what you're given. That is, somebody said you have to work with the cards that you're dealt in life. There's some people that were born blind, but you know what? It never stopped Ray Charles from being the best that he could be because he was born blind, or Stevie Wonder, because of being born blind. It didn't stop him from being the best person that he could be. And so, not to say that we don't have flaws. Sometimes you're going to have to continue on despite your flaws, despite your setbacks. Sometimes you're going to have enough courage to get up and keep going. There may be somebody out there that perhaps maybe has had a difficult experience in life, and you feel like life has dealt you a bad hand and you can't seem to overcome it. Well, listen, sometimes you're going to have to speak to yourself and tell yourself, though you may stumble, though you may fall, you're going to get up again and you're going to go forth and do those things that you have been designed to do. You were made for greatness. You were made to do great things. So I don't want you to stop situations from hindering you from going forward with your life. And so you want to ask yourself, are you doing your very best? You see, you can't be your best if you're not willing to do your very best. So you're going to have to put some energy and some effort into what it is that you desire to really get accomplished in your life. It may be something as simple as finishing a particular class that you have signed up for. Don't allow the fact that you struggle with a subject to cause you to drop it. You can't drop everything just because there's a challenge to you. You're going to have to be willing to stick it out, because if you started it, then you need to finish it. Just because it's hard doesn't mean you can't do it. Some of our greatest victories come out of our worst challenges, or our most difficult challenges. And so you and I, we can always improve things about ourselves. That's what I want you to get in your mind. You can improve. You can always make things better, but you're going to have to be willing to extend yourself just a little bit. You got to be willing to extend yourself if you really expect to get the best out of a thing. And so you're going to have to be willing to put some energy into that thing, work hard, and not look for the approval of other people. Sometimes we may tend to stop, or sometimes you may be tempted to slow up because somebody said, "Oh, that's ugly," or that's poor work, or you'll never be successful. Some of our parents even tried to discourage us by saying things that would make us think that we couldn't be all that we could be. But I want to encourage you now. I want you to realize that at the end of this thing, that's going to dictate what you put into it. If you want something out of it, you're going to have to put something in it. Be your best self. You can't compare yourself with anybody else. You can't compare your accomplishments with anybody else. Each one of us has a potential. I want you to ask yourself, what is your potential? How much more do you believe you could actually do if you put forth the right kind of effort? Not to say that it's all incumbent upon effort, but it does, it is important for you and I to realize that there's something great about us. There's something great about you. There's something that you're going to have to be willing to do that's going to change your situation. I want you to believe that today. I want you to know that there's something great about you. There's something about you that's going to change your life, but also change somebody else's life. And so are you using what you got? There was a man in the Bible by the name of Moses who was somewhat hesitant about going forth and doing the liberating work that he was called to do for Israel, but he made excuses. He said that he had a stuttering problem and he couldn't speak very well. And the Lord told him, "What is that in your hand? What is that in your hand?" And he said, "It's a rod." And he said, "Stretch out that rod." As he began to stretch out that rod, he saw that rod was able to turn into a serpent and swallowed up all of the snakes of Pharaoh. And that one rod was able to part waters and was able to bring forth judgment from God. And I want you to realize that don't you allow your circumstances to cause you to minimize your productivity. What's in your hand? All right. One comedian said, "What's in your wallet?" I want you to understand that Samuel L. Jackson was trying to get people to use what was available to them. And I want you to know there's things available to you. But sometimes you got to ask. You got to ask for what you want. Sometimes you got to ask. Ask and it shall be given. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and that door shall be opened unto you. So I want you to start asking. I want you to start seeking. I want you to start knocking. And you're going to see some things begin to come into your hands. So you've got to be willing to just go out of your way. In fact, seek connections with people that you admire. Seek connections with them, because that's going to allow you to do your very best when you seek out the wise counsel of other people. In fact, some of them are doing some of the things that you want to do. So you're going to have to be willing. You're going to have to be willing to stretch yourself, connect with people, get a mentor. In fact, there are so many people out there doing things that you would like to do, or you believe that you're called to do, or that is your purpose. But get with people that are doing positive things. Get with people that are doing exceptional things. Get with people that are doing great things. And that influence will cause you to do some of the things that you probably at one point never thought that you could do. But I want to encourage you. Be your best self. Count your blessings. Focus on the things you've already done well. Think about the things you've accomplished that other people said you probably couldn't do. You've got some successes already under your belt. So just build on the things you've already done. Encourage yourself. Get moving. In fact, motion creates emotion. The more you start doing that thing, the more you'll feel like doing it. So I want you to realize you got to be your best self. You can't be like anybody else. Be the best person you can be. And that's going to give you some personal excitement. I want to ask you this question. If you're not happy with yourself, then when are you going to ever be happy? And if you're not happy with yourself, perhaps maybe you're not being your best self. That's right. Hey, Nisha. All right. I want you to realize this, that God wants you to be your very best self. Don't try to be like anybody else. You'll never be like Beyonce. You'll never be like Jay-Z. But be the best person you can be. Maybe it wasn't your intention to be that particular person. No, God intended for you to be the person that you are. God intended for you to maximize what he put in you. If God put some potential in you, now it's time for you to use your potential. That is, use the power and the energy and the wisdom and the intellect and the desire that has been put inside of you. And so it's important for you. Hey, Nisha, I want you to realize that it's time for you to be stretched. It's time for you to stretch yourself. It's time for you to stretch out on the Lord. It's time for you to extend your potential. Do the things that have always been on your heart to do. Maybe there's some things on your heart that you have never done before. Now it's time for you to start doing those things. I know there's something inside of you that's waiting to come forth. And so you're going to have to be willing to allow yourself to be stretched. That's right. Extend yourself. Extend yourself. And as you extend yourself, you're going to find yourself loving yourself. If you're not that happy with yourself, it's perhaps maybe because you're not being your best self. It's time. It's time. It's time. Marcia, how you doing? It's good to see you. Good to see you. And so I want you to be willing now, this year, 2018, to be the best person you can be. That's right. Be the one that you're supposed to be. Be you. I want you to do you, be you, and watch good things come from that. Watch great things come from that. It's time for you to know that it's time for you to be your best self right now. That's right. Don't sit back. Don't have a pity party, but just begin to grow. Allow yourself to be exposed to all the right people, all the right education, all the things that you know you need to be the person that you believe you're supposed to be. That's right. I want you to begin to celebrate your life. Celebrate today. Celebrate the things that you've already accomplished. Celebrate the people that's in your life. In fact, by you being around the right people, those people motivate you to become more of who you really are. In fact, just be the person that you believe that you're really supposed to be. Okay? And so, are you using what you got? Use what you have. Use what's at your disposal. And I want you to improve yourself, improve the things about yourself that you see in yourself, that you love about yourself. If you like the way you look, Jesus, keep on improving the way you look. If you don't like the way you look, then start improving what you like about yourself and how you would like for yourself to look. Nobody's going to make you get up and go to the gym. Nobody's going to make you go back to school. Nobody's going to make you eat right the way you're supposed to. Nobody's going to make you get up and worship and pray and do those things. No, it's got to come from within you. Guess what? It's in you. It's already in you. Now you've just got to bring it out, bring it out, bring out your best praise, bring out your best smile, bring out your best disposition. That is, David said, this is the day which the Lord hath made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. So you're going to have to bring out the glad. You're going to have to bring out the joy. You're going to have to be the one that's going to improve your situation. That's good. That's good. Tony Dunbar, how you doing? It's important for you and I to realize that you were made for something great. That's right. You were made for something great. Now realize your greatness. That's right. Realize who you receive yourself to see. When you look in the mirror, who do you really see? You're only going to see yourself. You want to be able to see God's blessings work in your life as you stretch out. Basically, it's walking by faith. and not by sight. You're going to have to allow yourself to walk. Start doing some things. Get up and start doing some things. Get up and start walking in your purpose. Get up and start moving in the area that you really believe that you're supposed to go in. Don't let your time get away. Understand, we all have the same 24 hours in the day. What are you doing with your day? Are you having pity parties, or are you getting up and making things happen? That's right. Get up and start making things happen. Just start doing something. Before long, as you start doing things, you're going to feel like doing more. In fact, don't let your age make you believe your best days are behind you. No, I want to declare that your best days are yet ahead of you. That's right. Your best days are ahead of you. So get excited, get happy, and start doing those things. How do you define yourself? What words do you use to describe yourself? Do you use words like, well, unhappy, pathetic, sad, sorrowful? No, I'm excited. I'm joyful. I'm confident. I am encouraged. I am motivated. I think I'm kind of handsome, to be honest with you. I think I'm a handsome guy. All right. So that's what I believe. I'm being my best self. All right. So you got to believe that your best self is in you. You are your best self. Nobody gonna love you if you don't love yourself. So you got to love you. And you have to appreciate what you bring to the table. That's right. Don't let the fact that you don't have everything you have, or you have everything you want, discourage you and make you stop trying. No, you're going to have to keep on trying. You're going to have to keep on walking and talking and doing all the right things that make your life what it is. I'm believing that this year is going to be the best year of my life. Why? Because I'm putting things in motion. I'm going to do those things that I know I need to do for me, and I'm going to call those things which be not as though they were. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to put in some time. Now you got to put in some time to be your best self, and you got to use all the tools and all of the abilities that you have been anointed to do. So use it. Just use what you got in the name of the Lord, and you'll find yourself getting great results. Now, you can go to my website if you want to, solutionswithdrbruce.com, and you can get a lot of free materials as well as any books or any other readings that you need. Go to solutionswithdrbruce.com. That's spelled SOLUTIONSWITH with Dr. Dr. Just the Dr. Bruce.com. And praise God. And I want to thank Giovanni for all of her help. She's been a big help to me. And I want you to realize I'm going to be my best self. I'm not going to feel sorry. I'm not going to have any pity parties. Everything I got, I'm going to use it. So whatever you got, start using what you have. Give God something to bless. That's right. So you want to make sure that you're not being negligent in working hard at what it is you believe is your best self. And so if there's a business you want to start, go ahead, start your business. If there's education you know you need to get, go on back to school. You're going to have to study hard, but it's all right. If it's writing a book, you just need to start writing. Start writing, and you're going to get some help with those writings. I'm not saying that you can't ask for help, but you can't ask for help that you're not willing to put into practice. So you're going to have to use the help that's given you. And all of the weapons that God has put in your hands, start using your weapons. Start giving God, praise for your life. And so I want you to go to the website, solutionswithdrbruce.com, and we got some solutions for you. And I want to encourage you. The solution for you today is be your best self. Get the help you need if you need it, but get busy. Start doing some things that's going to make a difference in your life. I appreciate you so much for joining me today. And you see, don't be an imitator, be an original. Don't be an imitator, be an original. You are an original soul. God fearfully and wonderfully made you. So be your best self. Put into motion all the things that you have available to you. And I believe that the outcome is going to be wonderful. It's going to be fabulous. You are the best. Be the best. So if you want to be the best, you got to be the best, and to receive yourself as the best, see yourself as bringing out your best. And we're going to talk with you later on. And thank you for joining me on this Facebook Live. Continue to go forward in your life is my prayer. Bye-bye.